Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining our ECVI meeting tonight. Always glad to be able to share with you on this platform. And I need to thank the ECVI family. This is like the second family for me. This is where I grew up, and this is where I built my Amway business. So it's forever grateful for it. Okay, so the topic that I was given for this special International Women's Day special is Choose to Challenge, which is the slogan for this year's International Women's Day. And to empower women and to embrace the cause for women is actually in my blood, and this is what I do best. In fact, most of my upline, my downline, most of them are female, strong female. And I'm really into this topic. And I think, I hope that my sharing tonight can help or can inspire some of you, right? So let me start with my slide. Okay, so many of you may have known me as the Tai who do Amway business. This is what people see, and great lifestyle, travel around the world. I admit, that for the past 10 years, I really enjoyed myself as a successful entrepreneur. I have freedom to travel and enjoy the good things in life. And I also like to admit that even without Amway business, I still can have this kind of lifestyle. And because my husband worked very hard to provide us with all of this. But behind all this was actually a story of a depressed, low esteem, and unhappy housewife that was stuck at home with a declining intelligence. Okay, like what the MC has said just now. I was a university grad, and I just worked for 3 years, and I quit my high-paying job. I was earning like Singapore dollars 4,500 a month 21 years ago. So I think if I did not give up my job at that time, I probably can earn much more now, right? Yeah, but everyone has their own fate and story and decision. Yeah, the decision that you made at that point actually pivot your life. Okay, so same for me. Yeah, so some people say that I can achieve in Amway because I have time, because I was just a housewife and I have money. Not really, and I have supportive husband. Initially, my husband wasn't supportive at all. So, but what I'm going to share with you tonight is something that I haven't shared publicly. For the past about 13 years I'm in Amway business, I have not shared this part. It is like a dark moment in my life that I try not to dig out, especially in public. But I want to share with you tonight because of the topic is choose to challenge. So I'm challenging myself, right? So, the chapter 1 of my story, I'm going to tell you my story is a fairy tales come true. So I don't have, I'm a girl who I can study, but I don't have a big dream. I was born and bred from Penang. For the first 25 years of my life, I was in Penang. And my only dream that time was to become a graduate. I want to get a university degree. And secondly, I want to find a boyfriend in the university, right? That's just two things. And this is my university photos at USM. I studied economics at USM and economics and management. And I found a guy in university, but subsequently he left USM to pursue as a pilot in Singapore. So I fulfill my dream, right? Like fairy tales come true from young. We watch Disney's princess, you have this Prince Charming that comes to rescue you, and thereafter you live happily ever after. So I truly believe in that. I'm a romantic, I truly believe in love, everything. So to me, I have achieved my dream at the age of 25. I got married, right after I finish my last paper at university. So it is like, you know, all dreams fulfilled. Okay, and after that, I work as a financial planner, and I've got my chartered financial chartered financial consultant certificates and all that. But I don't like to do sales, and I don't like to do you know, chase quota and target. So I quit my job, and then I changed as I got another job as an account manager with an air freight company. So at that time, my pay was pretty high. My boss was like, you know, trying to promote me, but I realized I was pregnant, and my husband said, if you feel like you're too tired to work, just don't work lah, you know, quit your job, stay at home, I take care of you forever, you know, just enjoy your life. Then I was like, yeah, I think it's a natural thing to do, right? Just, you know, someone wants to take care of you and all that. And during my growing up years, there wasn't any strong women role models in my life. Okay, my mom was a housewife. So all I know is that after you get married, a woman get married, no matter how educated you are, you just be an obedient wife, and you sacrifice. Sacrifice is a virtue, and yeah, and then you listen to whatever your husband is, you know, plan for you. So that was me. I think that was my generation. Okay, so I just take it as a natural thing for me to just quit my job and stay at home and take care of the babies, right? So from a very so-called intelligent, smart-looking girl, immediately I become like that. Okay, and this was like 20 years ago. 20 years ago, yeah. So this is the second chapter of my life, where from a phoenix, you know, in Chinese, 凤凰, you know, phoenix are flying in the air, you know, like so proud, so beautiful. Then suddenly become like a chicken, a domesticated chicken, like, you know, yeah. I think look at the picture, you know, how was it? So it's tough being a mom. Although I treasured the time I spent with my kids, my babies, I treasure the cuteness. And if I have the chance to redo it, I think I will still quit my job to look after my kids myself. But I will do Amway business right from the start, or even before I quit my job. I think I will start Amway business. But at that time, I don't know about Amway business. Okay, yeah. So, and that's not all. That's not all. Yeah. My son. I mean, life is not perfect. When I had my second child, my son, I have to deal with an innocent boy whom I created imperfectly, and he had to suffer 6 years of his life going through 7 major surgeries to his colon, because when I gave birth to him, there was some nerve cells missing from his colon, so he requires surgeries. Okay, and he spent 6 years of his life pooping from his stomach. He has a colostomy bag. So for that 6 years, I have to deal with shit, his pain, my guilt, and multiple times of heartbreak of sending him to operation theater. So, and I have to do all these alone, because making decision alone, because my husband was always overseas. And, you know, I have to be strong for my 2 kids. My husband has to work to earn money. And there are times when we 3 have to squeeze in a hospital room because no one is taking care of my daughter. And it is tough when your child has to go through so much of pain for no fault of their own. And the fact that each time I have to carry him to the operating theater, and then I have to really put him down to the bed and begging the nurse to please take good care of him. That was pretty tough. I think any mother will understand how I felt. You know, it was totally heartbreak. You know, you don't know what is heartbreak until you see your child like that. So this is a scar. He had 7 times of surgery, but thank God, he is okay now. Yeah, but why I want to bring this very painful time up is because, would you ever think of starting a Amway business when your child is in hospital and suffering? And I did that, you know, because we don't wait for challenge to be over to start. I actually started my Amway business when my son was still sick. I did not wait until he got better, because I remember that during that time, there was one episode where, you know, my son was having an emergency op, but my husband was going to fly. So I don't want him to know that his son is going for operation. He will be worried during his flying and it's dangerous. So I have to bluff him. I have to make the decision, sign the papers, everything myself, and it's life-threatening. And after everything, I send him to the operating theater. I have to rush to the toilet and I cry myself out. And it's during that time that I feel, you know, freedom, time freedom is so important. Money is so important. We want to you know, in Amway business, we always talk about time freedom and all that. We always think about, oh, we maybe go relax or what, but actually it is the most important thing is that when your family member needs you, you are there, and you don't have to struggle with money, finance, or you don't have to worry about your losing your job if you take 1 month leave or what, just to take care of your children. And also during that time, I remember my upline told me, my upline Jeannie told me that her mom, founders EDC Ng Sai Lim, there was one time they have to take care of their mother-in-law who was sick. They can completely having 100% time to take care of the mother-in-law when she was sick until she passed away, while the Amway business was still growing, and they even achieved diamond. So, you know, that actually struck me. You know, I want that kind of I want that kind of, you know, freedom, time, and that you can spend with your family. And I want to have one day that, you know, I can just tell my husband, yeah, you don't need to go to work. You know, you can just be at our side, and you can take long leave because financially we are okay. You know, so that was the inspiration that triggered me. It's a push factor that triggered me to start my Amway business. So in 2005, I joined Amway, but just to use the products. And 2007, I started the Amway business. My son is born in 2003. At that time, he's only 4-year-old and still going through a lot of troubles and all that. And 2009, I actually achieved silver producer when he was having his last operation. In fact, when he was in the hospital recovering, I was attending ADT. It was my last lesson for ADT. I was struggling whether I want to stay with my son or I go for ADT. But eventually my husband was around, so I just passed to him and I went to attend ADT. That was the kind of challenge and struggle that I had. But I decided to do it anyway, even though my son was sick. A lot of people will not understand this. A lot of people will say, you know, I will wait for the challenge to be over to start my business, or even wait until my children are bigger to start. But, you know, challenges comes there are more and more challenges that will come as you wait, you know. So if you think this is the right thing to do, just do it. And I want to be successful. I want to achieve that kind of time freedom for my family. So even though when my son was sick, I continue to do it. Yeah, I continue to do it. So and that's not all, you know. There are so many challenges because after I gave birth to my kids, I was I was so depressed. I was so sad and everything, and under a lot of stress. Imagine every single day of his first 6 years of life, I need to deal with the colostomy bag. I need to use a syringe with a tube to pump water into his colon, wash his colon. And each time is like 2-3 hours every day. And my baby is crying. So I was under a lot of stress and I got sick also. Yeah, I got rheumatoid arthritis. And I was under a lot of medication. Yeah, so, you know, it's like that the first 10 years after I had kids was really very dark. It was really very dark. The only brightness come from my Amway business because the ECVI environment, I mean, I attend meetings, is like a sanctuary for me. It's where I see hope, I see brightness, I see positivity that I can get out of this and I can, you know, change everything, you know, in terms of health. In fact, after I started the Neutralite, for about 6 months, I weaned myself off medication. Yeah. So, you know, it is, I've never told people about this period of my life is either, you know, why I do Amway and then I become successful already, because it's very painful time, it's very dark. Okay. And yeah. And then not only that, you know, having 2 young kids and your husband is always flying and you have a sick wife, and it is so sad in my family that, you know, my marriage is easy to have a marriage, but it's not easy to have a happy marriage. Yeah. So during that time also, I felt really insecure. My husband achieved the height of his career while my health is deteriorating. I'm not happy. You know, I have no money because I've not been working for so long. You know, I feel really insecure. You know, when your husband is getting better and better and you're deteriorating, I feel very insecure, and I kind of like lose dignity. You know, in terms of you know, whatever I say is like nobody listen, and I can't see my future. And because I have no control over my future, every day is all about everyone else except me. And it is really a mundane life, and I no longer feel confident in myself. And I really hate to see myself in that situation. So eventually, I found all of these in reverse from Amway business. Okay, from Amway business. Okay, because I told myself, I asked myself, is this the kind of situation I want to be in for the next 10, 20 years, or my lifetime? I think many ladies will have the same feeling as me. You know, sometimes you're stuck in certain part of your life that you thought you're not going to get out. But if you don't do anything, you know, what's going to happen? Or nothing will happen. Okay, because is this the kind of situation you want to be for the next 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, or your whole lifetime, right? So luckily, I was able to get out of it because I have this, in Chinese we say 醒觉, you know, realization. I realized that, you know, a woman without financial independence will never truly be independent. You know, sometimes long time ago when my kids were young, you know, I quarreled with my husband because I'm not happy, you know, and under a lot of stress. I wanted to bring my kids, I want to run away from home. Then I realized I have no money in my bank account. Not enough for me to stay outside for 1 week, 1 day, 2 days enough, because I never keep any private 私房钱, private money. And that was the kind of precarious situation I was in. You know, you can't even afford to run away from home, right? And therefore, I really know that, you know, I need to do something. If not, more bad things will happen, right? So traditionally, actually, women were working and taking care of their family at the same time, traditionally, right? I think like my mother, although she's a housewife, she is also at the same time a seamstress. She sew clothes and all that to earn some pocket money. But in modern times, it's difficult for us to do all that, right? It's either you go to work in the office, your time is already stuck there, or you don't work at all. There is not many things you can do at the same time while taking care of everything else. You know, as a woman, we have to take care of everything else. So, you know, even if you go to work, many of my friends who are career women, very successful in their career, they feel guilt. Yeah, they feel guilt. And sometimes they even have to give up their personal career advancement and sacrifice, or some of them sacrifice their personal time for work and for family. We are the one who's always sacrificing, you know, and all that. So when can you stop working to enjoy life? You don't know. Yeah, even for career women, they are not getting it easier. Also, they come back. Also, they have to still perform the role of the mother, you know, the wife, the daughter-in-law, everything. So it's really tough to be a woman. So this message actually goes to the men as well. You know, if you have a wife, do, you know, sayang them a bit. Yeah, sayang them a bit. Really, our life is quite tough. Okay, and when we were young, we depend on our parent, right? When we get married, we depend on our spouse, or sometimes we depend on the contract of marriage, right? So that they don't anyhow divorce us. If not, they will have to pay 50% of their income, their asset, right? And for singles, you know, some of my friends don't choose not to get married. They may not have worked hard. They may not have to work hard, but they need to work hard for their present and future alone themselves. So it's tough also. So for those who are divorcee with kids, she has to juggle expenses and care for the kids, right? And when we get old, sometimes we have to, most of the time I see, depend on the children. Nowadays, you cannot depend on the children because they have tough life also. They are going to have tougher life than us. So we cannot burden our children also. If we really love our children, we really have to think about how we want to retire. Okay, yeah. So I don't have CPF, I don't have EPF. So when my husband did retire, I also don't have CPF. So it depends on his mercy to take care of me, right? So I don't want that, you know, I don't want that. I want to be independent in terms of financial so that I can choose the kind of life I want. Okay. So again, is this what you want in life, ladies? Is this what you want in life? Yeah. And true financial freedom, as I said, is achieved through owning your own business. So I suppose many of you understand this ECVI, especially for ladies, you have to understand this. If you work for people, chances are, you know, it's going to be tough because you don't have time flexibility. You have to juggle so many things. So if you have a small business, maybe better, but if the small business rely on you to generate profits or income, that is not good also. So eventually, actually, being a business owner who own a business system like the Amway business is the best because you can earn passive income. So back in 2005, the story go back already. Okay, I was thinking, what can I do from home? At that time, I already felt that I need to do something already. If not, at the age of 33, if I don't do something, that's it. I'm going old, I'm going stupid. Nobody wants to hire me already. So I decided I want to do something. But I don't want to go into job because my son was sick. How can I, you know, have a job? You know, I always have to go to hospital and all that. So the only thing I can do is something that I can work from home, that I can do from home. So I started to sell like my kids' old toys online, and that's how I got to know my upline, Sapphire Jeannie. Okay, she said she has this wholesale online business that I can run from home. So I got interested, but when she came, I wasn't interested because it was Amway. I don't want to do sales. So I rejected her, but she showed me the LOC demo. I'm a housewife. I see how LC can clean the house and it's organic and all that. I got interested. So I signed up and I become a consumer. And eventually, she over 2 years time, she keep on sharing with me the value of Amway business without pressurizing me. So I'm the person who is a very nice person. So I don't dare to, I mean, I don't want to be bad and always turn people down. So one or twice I went for some events, Amway event. And then subsequently, I find that it's not difficult to earn money in Amway, right? If I just want to earn 300, 500 a month, it's not difficult. Yeah, I just need to share and I'm okay with that. So what is true passive income? I think sometimes there are so many e-commerce right now, and how long can the passive income last is something that we want to ask ourselves. Of course, if you want to do a business from home, there are many options. Some options may give you immediate money, but some options give you long-term passive income. Okay, like those people who sell on Weisang, WeChat, those people who sell on Lazada, Amazon, and all that, they may be giving you some profit, but they are not truly passive because you still need to be there to monitor, to send out the products, to deal with a lot of products, and once you stop, you stop. There is no income, there is no loyalty, customer loyalty, whatever, and your members, your buyers does not belongs to you. You don't own the database. The platform own the database. They can sell anything to the database, but you can't, right? So you don't really, if you are into any other e-commerce, you don't really have a true passive income generating business, except for Amway business. Because of its rules and regulations, you are protected. Your members, your LOS is your asset, belongs to you. So much so that you can sell your asset away, your LOS you can sell away. That is true asset. And without you, the business can go on and can generate profits for you. That is true passive income. This is what I want to do. I don't want to sell things online and then if I stop, I stop. This is not accumulative of my efforts. I want something that I can work a few years very hard. I don't want to work hard all my life. I just want to work hard a few years. So that's what I did in my Amway business. I worked very hard initially in the first few years until I achieved Emerald. And I relaxed, until now, I think my power is at about 30% only. As compared to the time when I worked very hard, I'm only 30% now. Most of my days are spent doing what I want to do, right? Yeah. So choose to challenge. Okay. I think for many people, we are too comfortable. Maybe you have a comfortable job, comfortable life. So you have to step up from your comfort zone. And to step up from your comfort zone, you need to have guts. You really need to have guts. But it's easy in Amway because you will not go bankrupt in Amway. You will not waste your time in Amway. Okay, if you work very hard and try out the business, but yet you say I haven't earned much money, but at least you earn your health. At least you earn a lot of skills, like how to do makeup, how to make yourself beautiful, right? Yeah, so in Amway, there is no wrong, it's all the rights. You will not go wrong in Amway. Yeah, so just have the guts to just go beyond the pain. Just do it and do it fast. Do it fast because challenges are going to come. And a lot for female, I always think that we are juggler. We have to throw things, everything to keep all the balls in the air. We have to juggle everything. So I think Amway business is made for us, right? And we can do this. We are made for this. We can juggle kids. We can juggle career. We can juggle everything, husband, everything. We can do it. Yeah, you have to trust yourself in this. So I worked very hard for the initial about 5 years, 6 years like that, and I achieved Emerald. And wait, right? I don't think I will look like that on right now. My daughter is 20 years old this year. Yeah, and she's she really joined Amway and not active because she is in university. But this is the kind of thing, the value of Amway business for female especially. You want to keep yourself young, active, vibrant, and fresh. And beyond just financial freedom and money, you want confidence as well. So this is what Amway business can give you, right? So you need to do what you should do in order to do what you want to do. Okay, so just do whatever you need to do now, achieve your goal, and then you can do whatever you like. Yeah, and don't wait. I can, during the toughest time of my life, I can start my Amway business. You know, it was really, really tough, but I tell myself life is going to be tougher if I don't do it now, right? Because I believe that challenges will come more and more. It will throw upon you. Okay, and this is for my lady friends, and also for guys. Yeah, this is what we think. And yeah, so if you're married, make sure you can live well without him, right? Make sure you are financially independent, emotionally independent. Yeah, you can live well. Not only live, but live well without him. And if you're single, make sure you can live well without anyone. Then you can truly be happy. Because if you have the intention or have the mode or the mindset that you need to rely on someone for happiness, then you will never be happy. Okay, so in Chinese we say 表面上你可以非常需要他，让他知道你好像很需要他，表面下你实际拥有所有没有他的可以没有他的条件。You get what I mean? I hope you know. Yeah. So what difference can financial security and financial freedom make? If he is not good for you, okay, it's not good for you, maybe good for someone else, but not good for you. You have the choice to live with dignity, not just to, you know, there are three things. No, first thing is you must have a choice. Many of my people I know, at the time when the marriage breaks down, they have no choice because they don't have financial freedom, financial security. They can't live because they cannot survive without the income from the husband. And secondly, you have the choice to leave or stay behind. It's up to you. And with dignity. I have some friends who, I mean, at my age, at 48, we have seen many people many marriages break down. And some people haven't break down, but already cracked. Yeah, I still believe in love, you know, but these are life. These are life. And when that happened, it is very upsetting. It's very upsetting, but I always tell my girlfriends, you know, be prepared. Be prepared for this day. Although we hope it won't happen, but when it happens, we want to have choice, options with dignity. And if he is good to you, right, help him relieve some burden. You know, it's cruelty to expect your husband to work hard for the rest of his life without giving him a choice for early retirement. Hey, you have to go and work and earn money and take care of me and the whole family, you know. So they are pretty poor thing. Like sometimes I see my husband after a turnaround flight, he was so tired after like not sleeping for 14 hours, 16 hours. When I bring him back from airport, he was sleeping at the passenger seat. I always tell myself, you know, if I can just give him a choice to just say, I want to give myself a break, 1 year, don't want to work. Isn't that great? You know? So if you love your man, if they are good to you also, you know, why not become successful in every business where you have time, and when he's not good to you, you at least, you know, you have money, you can do whatever you want, and if it's good to you, you can use your income to help buy him out of his job. Isn't that great? Yeah. So in any way, yeah, Amway is still good for your marriage, right? Yeah. So lastly, yeah, there is no so-called perfect time. Yeah, there is no perfect time, and it's not going to get easier. Just a reality check. If you wait, it's not going to be easier because you're not getting younger also, right? So every day you delay 1 day of being successful, more things will happen, more bad things will happen. So make sure that you become successful as soon as you can, right? And because we can choose to challenge, right? Yeah. So lastly, I want all of you, although I cannot see any of you, but I want all of you to do something, especially for ladies. If guys is okay, maybe you can do this yourself, or if you have your wife at the side, maybe you can do this also. So I want you to just not raise your hand, just put your hands forward and then cross your arm, then hug yourself. Hug very tight, and then use your right hand to have a pat on your back. Well done. It's okay. Work hard. It's okay. You are good. You are good enough. Tell yourself, you are good enough. Okay? This is self-love. Okay? And tell yourself, it's okay. It's okay. You are good enough. And love yourself. And before you let go of your hand, just do like this. Let that shit go. All the bad things, let the shit go. And life will be good again. So that's it for my presentation tonight. And I hope you learned something. Sorry, I was a bit emotional. I knew I will get emotional. That's why I don't like to share that part of my life. But I hope that inspired you. And self-love is the best love. Thank you.